All of the XRP chart analysts that I follow were raising the alarm. They weren't merely speculating or cautiously enthusiastic. XRP was on the verge of blowing up. Over the course of the last few days, they became increasingly certain that this was the time. Some even boldly predicted that the liftoff would occur on that day, pointing to the precise moment. The striking thing is how uncommon this is. Seldom do you see so many knowledgeable, reputable analysts coming to the same conclusion at the same time. In my experience, when that kind of synchronicity occurs, it's almost unsettling since their predictions nearly always come true. It's enough to chill you and make you question whether they're correct once more. For XRP, the future may be spectacular. And what do you know? It really did happen. There is no doubt about that. You may be sitting there wondering now though. The reason for yesterday's decline is that XRP surged to $3.65, a level we have never seen before. Price discovery in full force if it just blew into price discovery and smashed a new all-time high. However, it dropped back to $3.43 today, and even dropped to about $3.35 at one point. What's happening then? Isn't XRP supposed to be soaring without any hesitation? Is this a warning of trouble, or is it a normal part of things? Here's the reality though, and any experienced analyst will tell you that this is quite typical. There is no reason to panic because XRP is not broken. Healthy price activity actually looks just like this type of pit stop. I've been following the opinions of numerous leading XRP chart analysts, and they all concur that no asset, no matter how powerful, rises in a flawless, continuous straight line. These setbacks are normal, healthy, and frequently serve as a springboard for more powerful actions down the road. Hold on tight, because the story is far from finished, and everyone may be surprised by what happens next. However, I must be absolutely honest before we proceed. I have no experience in finance. I do not provide financial advice. This isn't advice on finances. Furthermore, you should never purchase or sell anything based just on my words or writings. Having stated that, this is the current situation. As I write this, XRP is trading at $3.43, while Bitcoin has retreated to $117,355. And the fact that XRP frequently changes in tandem with Bitcoin and the larger cryptocurrency market is a major factor in why its price is acting as it is. Bitcoin was on the verge of reaching $12,000 just a day ago, but it has since somewhat cooled off. Therefore, XRP is also naturally retracing a little after making its own spectacular organic impulsive rise to the upside. However, I want to be very clear about this. This does not imply that the party is too far away. Right now, the market is acting normally, and nothing in the price activity indicates that XRP's run is over. In actuality, we frequently witness the next thrilling leg up following these pauses. So take a deep breath if you're feeling anxious. Additionally, we fell just short of the all-time high of $3.40 today. That doesn't alter anything though. This exciting price discovery trip is far from over, despite that slight reversal. All of this is a step in the process. I will tell you this, every single XRP chart analyst I have been following has forecast this breakout in 2024. To be honest, I am at a loss for an exception at this time. Perhaps there is, but what few others saw, they all saw. They deviated from the norm. They were correct to believe when others did not. Back then, that was a daring minority opinion. But take a look at where we've come. They all insisted that XRP will rise following this protracted consolidation. Nearly in unison, they were able to determine the exact moment. Charts are read as if they were maps, and they've gotten every call right thus far. And now I'm going to tell you, they remain steadfast in their belief that XRP's ascent is far from finished. No second guessing, no hesitation. Just because we witnessed a pullback does not mean that we should allow fear to rule our actions at this time. XRP is poised to soar, and to be honest, it seems almost inevitable right now. Is XRP still holding up well? Was a direct question posed to reputable cryptocurrency. And this is only one instance of the same confidence that is already prevalent worldwide. This is a new update from Zoom, a chart analyst. XRP closed at $3.46 this morning, the biggest daily closing ever. That is true strength. It makes a statement to close above the previous all-time high of $3.40. Folks, this isn't even close to being over. XRP is still far from finished, but the momentum is growing. Additionally, Zoom, a chart analyst, offered this morning's update. He clarifies that if XRP breaks $3, it aims to reach new all-time highs, with $3.50 being the first significant milestone to keep an eye on. Within a day, XRP shot to new all-time highs, after closing above $3 2 days earlier. However, a daily close above $3.50 didn't quite cement the deal. His reminder is essential. With a verified break above $3.50, XRP would formally enter the realm of price discovery. For him, the most important line at the moment is $3.50, and if XRP can overcome that, a completely new stage of this adventure will begin. That's simply his opinion, a subjective perspective on things. Actually, compared to what I've observed, it's somewhat of an anomaly. This is what almost all other XRP chart analysts are saying. Price discovery for XRP has already begun. Yes, there has been a slight setback, but that is typical. Without a few pauses, nothing rises straight. In actuality, this is unexplored area. This is the first time we have come here. Zoom claims that price discovery cannot start until there is a confirmed closing above $3.50, but most other people don't agree, and everyone frames things differently. At the end of the day, that is acceptable. Don't get me wrong, it's simply semantics. Most people agree that XRP is currently entering fascinating new territory. Okay, so this is a post from XRP Kunki, a chart analyst. He questioned, what if XRP hits $8 by the end of July? And I brought this up again on July 12th. That probably sounded like wishful thinking to most people back when XRP wasn't really taking off. But now that it touched $3.65 yesterday, it doesn't sound so insane, does it? He revived the post this morning and added that XRP must increase by 34 cents every day for the following 13 days in order to reach $8 by the end of the month. Or perhaps we simply receive a single enormous 100% God candle. Just saying that sends us all there at once. Please grasp my hands and join me in prayer. He concludes with a smile and a wink. In 13 days, let's manifest 8 XRP. Okay, so it's unrealistic to expect XRP to rise consistently by 34 cents every day for 13 days in a row. Furthermore, he isn't really forecasting that to occur. The second possibility he proposed, a rapid explosive move, is the more plausible one. When XRP is in full bull mode, it will have a massive breakout day, a little pause, and then another strong increase. That is typical XRP behavior. And to be honest, I believe that kind of activity is about to happen. The wait won't be long. I'm not at all worried. This is the beginning of something significant. This post from Casey Trades, a chart analyst, focuses on XRP USD. According to her, macro targets are emerging as XRP enters price discovery. According to her, we are currently fully in the price discovery process. With a recent surge to a new all-time high above $3.40, XRP is now on track to reach the 1.618 extension at $3.60. It's significant. The way XRP struck this level so forcefully gives her even more confidence in those bigger macro targets, which are frequently the first targets for a Wave 3 rally. XRP is currently attempting to turn $3.40 into support, while lingering slightly above the previous highs. Things might heat up rapidly if that support holds and a base forms here. On some exchanges, the next significant Fibonacci extension is at $4.65, or roughly $4.62. This could be XRP's next significant obstacle. You can definitely feel the confidence here, people. This is changing, and the chart experts who are knowledgeable about this market are all expressing the same opinion. Give it a little more time, and XRP will rise significantly. The resistance and pullback that we are witnessing are very typical. It doesn't phase any of them. Additionally, she observes that the 4-hour chart shows some bearish divergence and a hint of exhaustion. So as possible retracement levels, I'm watching $3.40 and $3.20. $3.40 has held once already. Furthermore, the strength of this rally is evident even in the event of another decline. The weekly chart is only beginning to heat up, and the daily momentum is still raging. Since XRP has been acting so strongly lately,